What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Part 3 of the turbo build. Just a little side note, 500 subscriber, guys. Wow, that's amazing. Thank you. I never thought I would get to 500, and yet alone have any of you guys be watching the video. So that really means the world to me. It means a lot. Thank you so much for subscribing. If you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down at the bottom, and make sure to share this video with your friends. So today, a few little things. I'm going to be installing an oil catch can on the Miata. I'm also going to be running the water lines for the turbo, running oil feed to the turbo. Hopefully, finally assembling and mocking up or installing the manifold on there permanently, and then also doing a lower radiator hose. If you guys, depending on what setup you guys are going to be doing, whether it's going to be a DIY or a prefabbed kit that's already been made, you guys are probably going to run into intercooler piping issues, especially because you have a 3-piece radiator hose that's in the way. If you guys have AC and power steering, if you guys don't have any of those two, you guys will not have an issue with this, and you guys can run free with any type of intercooler piping and keeping your radiator hoses and all that good stuff. So today I got in the mail was my Flying Miata lower radiator hose that's specifically designed to go with their intercooler piping, but I did some research and you can actually make your own intercooler piping. You don't have to buy their pre-made or pre-molded one, which is kind of expensive, to be honest. So if you have all your intercooler piping already, you can make it work just with a few adapters and reducers. So yeah, it's pretty nice. So aside from that, I'm gonna be doing all those things, and just sit back, guys, and relax and enjoy the video. All right, guys, so again, you remove your stock line. One end of the hose is gonna go to your thermostat housing, and then the other side of that is going to go into one side of your CHRA, and then the other side of the hose, of your new hose, is going to go down into where that bottom nipple there, and then the other side is going to go to your CHRA, and that's it. That's pretty much it. So remember, keep in mind that this is close to the cover here, so I'm going to be adding this sleeving. This is gonna help, with the heat resistance and any like contacts. I'm gonna try to zip tie it as much as I possibly can, but this is just gonna kind of prevent, any other vibrations or anything, and it's gonna help with the heat. I know there's not a lot of heat here compared to the exhaust side, but still there's gonna be a little bit of heat. So. Alright, so just to sum it up, everything up, all you're doing is just intercepting it with the turbo. So the water's still going to the same place, you're just intercepting it with these two lines here. So think of it like just a loop. Other than that, your water lines are good, the sheathing looks good, it's all nice and tight. And if your Miata, for some, if it does have this little like bracket there, it's just like an OEM little bracket that you can use to secure this line, which is kind of nice because that just kind of keeps it straight and away from the pulleys down there. Obviously these are you can just zip tie them. Make sure obviously they're not touching anything that's going to be, moving. So yeah, that is going to be the water situation for the coolant lines for the turbo. So now the oil catch can is done. So all nice. Obviously, you're gonna route the way you want to route it, but I try to route it as clean as possible. That way I don't have anything over. So there it is. So secured from the PVC into the catch can and now into the manifold. And just like that, your catch can is done. I am thinking about doing another catch can for this side of the valve cover. So we'll see. I'm not sure if I'm gonna vent it out to atmosphere yet, but I'm thinking I'm just gonna add another catch can. They're not that expensive, and Okay, so now I'm gonna take the turbo off so that way I can get to the lower section over the radiator and the intercooler piping, what I mentioned earlier. If you have power steering and if you have the AC compressor there in the way, so if you don't have any of this, don't worry about it. You don't have to do any of this. But if you do, I would like to, personally would like to keep my comfort, to be honest with you. It's really hot where I live in the summer, and honestly, it's just nice overall. So if you don't care, if you just want to be straight race car and savage, you just want to go all out and take everything and weight reduction, hey, that's all great, you know, that's hell yeah, that's good for you. But for me personally, I don't. So this is not going to be some crazy thing. It's just going to be a nice thing. So I want to keep my comforts. That's why I'm doing all this to go and make everything work. Now you guys are probably asking yourselves, well, damn Carlos, why don't you just buy a kit that's already made, that's, you know, gonna work with your AC and power steering? Yeah, I can do that. It's gonna run me about $4,000 or $5,000, and to be honest with you, I know I can build a good working, good quality kit by myself by piecing it together, and I'm not gonna nowhere near close to that price range. So for that reason, that's the way I'm going with that route and doing everything here DIY. But like I said, you guys can do whatever you guys want. There's a lot of good kits out there. Do your research. So if you guys don't want to be messing with any of this, then just go straight, buy it out, and you have everything to go. But this is what I'm going to be doing. So yeah, let me get going with this. Let me take this off so I can show you guys. All right guys, update. So I did have to cut this bracket off. Let me see if I can see it right there. Yeah, you can kind of see it right there. So this bracket was hitting my intercooler piping, or this coupling here that I was using. So I did have to cut it off. It's not a big deal because that was just holding the metal piece on the 3-piece for the radiator. So it wasn't a big deal. I'm never gonna use that again. I really like the way the Flying Miata radiator hose fit. So I don't see myself ever going back to that. So I just decided to cut it off, and obviously it did create a lot more room for me to route that intercooler piping. And then so I have a 2-inch silicone pipe from here, metal coupling, obviously 2-inch, and then there's an elbow, a 90-degree elbow, which is a 2-inch on this side, and it's a 2.5-inch on the other side. So it fit perfectly. I didn't even have to squeeze it. As you can see, it's not all oval. It's just perfect. I already test fit the pipe, and it's gonna fit perfectly. This is the bottom piece of the radiator hose. So yeah, it worked out really well. So from here, I'm just gonna stick another pipe. Actually, it's gonna go something like that, and then from here just another 90, and that's it, and we're done. So obviously, yeah, that was my biggest issue, was the hot side being the most difficult side for me, right? Well, it was, but now right now it's just everything's working out just great. Was because of all of this right here, and obviously, as you can see, not enough room. So yeah, so that's good. Now on to the next thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and just connect the oil feed. We should be good. All right guys, so now I got my oil drain feed line there tapped into the high pressure port on the side of the block, so that's all good. I put a little bit of Teflon tape. I wasn't too sure if you know, it was like a tapered or anything like that, but I just did it as a precautious thing. So now I can go ahead and connect my oil feed line. Alright guys, well that is going to be the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Definitely, as you can see, we're in the home stretch. I know the video was a little bit all over the place, but it was just little things that I need to get this Miata running. So next video guys, definitely stay tuned. Injectors, ECU, downpipe, and just little other miscellaneous things just to get it going. But definitely, I'm really excited. We're this close to getting the turbo running. I'm sorry, to get the Miata running. So definitely stay tuned, guys. Again, if you guys haven't subscribed already, definitely hit that subscribe button, like the video, comment. I see all of you guys' comments, and I try to get back to them as soon as possible. So definitely, again, guys, thank you for the 500 subscribers. Amazing. Just let's go, guys. Let's get to the 1,000. So anyways, catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.